Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum class. Welcome to English grade 6 video lessons. I hope students that you are doing well, and today we are going to talk about writing. And for writing competency, we are going to see that how we can fill out forms and also how we can write informal letters. So for lecture number 4C today, unit 12, hiking, which is a poem. Now, for the writing competency, we will fill out forms and also write informal letters. So, our students' learning outcomes say that fill in correctly and legibly simple forms requiring personal information, for example, form of library membership, school ID card form, and etc. So, we will see what are forms, why do we fill them, and how we can fill them correctly with our information. Then secondly, the second SLO we have is about writing informal letters to people in extended social and academic environments for various purposes. And today we will write thank you letters. Now, students, we know that letters are of two types, basically formal and informal. Formal letters are written for official work, academic work, like to your principal, to your institute, to your school, or looking for any job. But informal letters are written for your family and friends. The language used is also like you talk daily in your daily routine. So this is the difference between formal and informal letters. And we will see that how we can write informal letter, what is the proper structure to follow. Here is your vertical linkage, students, and today let's think about it. Have you ever filled out any form in school or anywhere else? What and how was your form filling experience? Did you fill the form correctly? Do you know how to fill a form with your correct information? All right, that's very good. Now students, let's talk about what are forms. So form is a document that collects specific data from an individual, from any person, often related to personal details like name, date of birth, address, contact information, and other identifying information. These forms are commonly used for official purposes, such as if you want to get your library membership, school ID cards, where you have to fill out information in the form so that you can get your school ID with your information on it. For medical records, when you are visiting a hospital or any clinic, you need to fill out any form, and also for online registrations for different purposes. So you can see that the forms are used not only in the hard form in your offline life, but also online as well, in the digital format as well. So it is very much important that you learn that how do you fill a form properly. Now, let's talk about all the do's and don'ts of filling a form. What are the things that you need to do and you have to do, and what are the things that you should be avoiding? First, let's talk about the do's. What are the things that we need to do? Write legibly. It means you have to write clearly so that it is understandable and readable. Use clear and neat handwriting or typed if the form is digital. If the form is in the hard form, in the print form, you have to use your clear and neat handwriting. Do not get lazy. Do not use your normal, regular handwriting. If it is bad, then practice it and focus on the form and fill out it according to your best handwriting. Or if it is in the type form, then you have to type the information and also check it. So write legibly. Then second do is provide up-to-date information. Your information, including your picture, your passport size picture, your information, everything needs to be updated. Latest information. Make sure the information you provide is current and also correct. For example, if you're living in a new house now, in a new home, you have shifted, then you have to give your new address, new phone number, and currently your current location and address and contact information. Then students, we will fill in all the required fields. We will not leave anything blank. Everything needs to be filled. Follow formatting guidelines. Now at the top of the form, you will have some guidelines, some do's and don'ts. What things should be filled and what things or part of the form should be left for other people or for authorities. So you have to read the formatting guidelines of the form. Then after filling the form, dear learners, you have to double check your information. Check for any spelling errors, any error in your contact information, your name, your father's name, your ID card, or whatever you're doing, just double check your information so that you can actually correct the mistake if there is any. Now, let's talk about don'ts of filling the forms. First is, you don't leave fields blank. You have to fill out it properly. Then don't use nicknames. Don't use your house name or nickname. Don't use contractions and do not use short spellings. Then don't provide incorrect or outdated information. The information should be correct and also up to date. Next, don't use unclear abbreviations. If you're using abbreviations and short forms, do not use them if they are not clear to the reader of the form. Now, filling out forms, students, is very much important and you have to be very much conscious, and if you have any confusion, you can ask somebody, ask your teacher about it, and then you can fill out your form. All right. Here is an example of a form for applying for the library membership. You can see, first, you have to write your name in block letters. In capital letters, you can write your name. With neat and good handwriting on the paper, you have to write your last name, then first name, and then your middle name if there is any. Write about your class, the division of the class, and roll number. Then your gender, if you are male, if you are a boy, click this one, and if you're a female or a girl, then click this. Date of birth, days, months, and years. There will be your address over here, PIN code or address code, name of the guardian or the parent, and then your address again if it is required. Now, if there is a space for pasting your picture, you can also paste your picture on the form, even if only it is required, and it has to be a smaller picture with official and blue background and not your casual and informal pictures. So by filling out this form and submitting it, then you can apply for your library membership. Now let's talk about informal letters. Informal letter is written to people you know very well. They are your acquaintances, family, friends, like friends or family. And what is the purpose? What is the reason for writing the informal letters? Sharing news, thanking somebody, or inviting them to an event. So these are the purposes of writing a letter. You can also stay in touch with your friends by writing letter to them back and forth so that they can be, and you can also write letters to your pen pals as well. Now, here is a format of writing an informal letter. Students, you can see over here that we are using the full block format. Everything should be on the left side of the page. You can write your address, date, and by giving some space, now you write your salutation, dearest mother, dearest father, or and name of your friend or family member, comma, and then you start writing your letter body. This is the body of your letter, contains different paragraphs, and then you can conclude it with a closing remark like your loving cousin, uh, your brother, your friend, etc., and then your name at the end. So this is how you're going to write a proper informal letter. There is no need to write subject like we used to write in the formal letter. Start everything from the left and end it on the left as well. Now, students, this is an exemplary sentence, an exemplary informal letter. Let's read it. In these lines, at the start, you will write your address and then your date. Dear mother, I received your kind letter today. It shows me your high concern about my health. It is your letters that keep me fit here. It is your love and affection that makes me feel at home here. Thanks for your so much care and love. Well, I have recovered now. It was a temporary ailment. The doctor told that it was a slight rise in temperature due to overwork. He told me not to attend the college for a day or two. I took rest for the day and took medicines. Now I am feeling quite fresh and hale. You don't need to worry about me. I am taking great care of my health and fitness. I have also started morning walk. I have made a study timetable. I will spare some time for games and entertainment. Please don't worry now. Then you write your closing remark. Pay my regards to father and aunt Amina. Love for younger Amir. With special thanks, your son, and then you will write your name. So you notice, students, that we use short forms as well, like don't or won't. Contractions can be used, the language can be informal, but you have to write correct spellings and you have to structure the format in the correct way according to the informal letter. Now, we are going to talk about application. Work in groups to discuss and fill the personal information form below. This is a form for application for applying for the membership of library. Write your details and share them with the class as well. Follow the instructions and now you can fill the form. Let's talk about the simulation link that you can watch later on for more information. And here is your worksheet about filling forms and also writing application. You can fill out the form given here in the worksheet and practice it and take care of the do's and don'ts that we have learned. For your homework, dear learners, you have to write an informal letter to your uncle to plan a summer vacation trip to the northern areas. Ask your uncle to convince your father to join the trip. So, similarly, you have to follow the same format from the left side. Write your address, give space, write your date, then space, followed by the salutation, dear uncle, dearest uncle, or my dear uncle, with comma, and then you can start writing your body of the letter. And you can end it with regards like, I hope that you have understood my message, or thank you so much for planning out the trip for me. And then you can say your nephew, your son or etc., and then end the letter. So this is how you're going to form you are going to structure out your informal letter. Thank you, students. I hope that you have understood the learning outcome very well. The resources are attached. I'll see you in the next video lesson. I hope that now you can fill out any form with correction, with actually with the perfect perfect style, and now you can also write informal letters. So all you need to do is practice and practice more. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.